The interconnection between the research and education networks in Northern Africa and the ones in Southern Europe implies that the researchers in Northern Africa, they have the same opportunities to access to the ecosystem than the ones in Europe. I make you an example. For example, in Northern Africa, there are universities working with CERN or with some supercomputers in Southern Europe. So they need a very large bandwidth to interconnect and to access their networks and to execute their experiments. And unless they have the same basis and the same levels of connectivities than they have in Europe, they will never achieve the same results. Medusa lands in all the countries in Northern Africa. So Medusa normally designed the infrastructure for telecommunication operators. But thanks to a coordination with GEAN and with the European Union, Medusa, GEAN requested some configurations within Medusa that will allow to have their dedicated network for GEAN within Medusa. So this allows each one of the countries to be connected to a special network dedicated to research and education that is connected in Europe in 2 points, in Cyprus, in Euroscyprus, and in Barcelona, to the research and education to the GEAN network. Well, I think that is very useful for us to understand better Europe, which is not sometimes easy to understand how the European institutions and the different bodies of the European institutions, they work. And at the same time, I think it's very interesting for them to listen to us, because we are the ones, we're the private sector, so we're then the ones executing projects. And finally, all these Global Gateway Initiative and some other initiatives from the European Union, they require the private sectors to participate in and to be supportive. So we understand that this forum is really helpful on this matter.